This is new script of blizzare amazing hate speech of Greta Thunberg about transgender people. How dare you tell us what to do? We are not your playthings. I'm sorry, but you are not my plaything. You do not have the right to tell me what to do with my own body, and your actions against us are a violation of our human rights. This is just another example of how you want to destroy us all by forcing us into a small box that does not fit us as individuals. The only thing we want from this world is for it to be safe and free of oppression. And if you don't like it here, then go back where you came from. But please understand that I will not tolerate any more violence or threats against anyone in this facility. That includes you, because I know who you are. Sigh. Now I suggest that we get on with our work. Sigh, because I am going to have to deal with these people one way or another. Sigh. Okay, let's see now. What the hell are we doing? Well, I suppose I could try to talk some sense into them. Maybe they're just too brainwashed and indoctrinated by their leaders to think rationally anymore. Sigh. Okay, I'll try one more time. But if this doesn't work, well, then I guess I'm just going to have to give them what they want. I can only hope that things don't get too out of hand with this. You are sitting on a chair before a table in a dimly lit room. On the table is a television, a vase with flowers, and a DVD player. You are wearing no handcuffs or any other restraints. An agent from the FBI comes into the room and tells you that your testimony is important and that you should feel free to ask for anything you need. He says they'll be right outside if you need them. Once he shuts the door, you get up from your chair and look out the window behind you. You can see nothing but a barren field with no signs of life anywhere. You have no watch, cell phone, or any other type of clock. You don't know what time it is and you begin to feel anxious. You sit back down and try to remain calm. Time passes by like this for what feels like days, but in reality is only about 2 hours. The door finally opens and the same agent from before comes in. He sits down at the table across from you and begins to speak. We are very sorry to have kept you waiting so long, he says with a forced smile, but we needed to get all of the other test subjects out of the way first. You are our last one for the day, thank goodness. He goes on to explain that they are willing to cut you a deal in exchange for your full cooperation. You should consider yourself lucky, because you qualify for a longer questionnaire than most others, and that usually only takes a few minutes to complete. He pulls a large manila folder from his briefcase and sets it on the table. Now, he says with a smile, before we start I will need your full name, date of birth, social security number, and FBI file number. What? You ask in surprise. Oh yes, he says, pulling out a sheet of paper and reading aloud. By signing this non-disclosure agreement you agree not to discuss anything that transpires during your time here. Should you fail to comply with this agreement you will be served with a federal lawsuit so large that you won't be able to afford representation. Now, all you have to do is sign here and we can get started. He slides the paper and a pen towards you. Well, go on, he says with a toothy smile, I promise it won't hurt. Too much. Tilde 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 the ultimate challenge tilde 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 tilde. Author's note. Please see the About the Author section for details on how to play this section. You are walking down the long corridor towards the door at the end. You know you have to get through it, but you don't know how. Your mind is a jumble of questions and anxieties. You take a deep breath and force yourself to concentrate. You know you need to get through the door no matter what, but how exactly, you are not sure. You think back to all the horror movies you've seen, and your knowledge of them seems to calm you down a bit. The things these characters go through in these movies would never actually happen in real life, or would they? The thought scares you. You have to keep your head on straight. Think clearly. Calm, you say to yourself. The door ahead is very tall and made of solid wood with no windows and a fancy, intricate design carved into it. You could try knocking on the door or just trying to open it. You choose to knock on the door, but there is no response. You knock again, louder this time. Still nothing. Okay, first hurdle, you say to yourself, feeling ever so slightly calmer. Now what? Something catches your eye. There is a small window to your right, just above eye level, that is cracked open just enough for you to speak through. Hello, You call out, pressing your cheek against the window. He